Great, just great, I muttered, the words lost in the drumming of the rain. I tossed the mangled remains into a nearby trash can, a small act of defiance against the relentless misery of my day. I hunched my shoulders against the downpour and continued my headlong dash through the crowded streets, weaving between oblivious pedestrians and dodging the spray of passing cars. The neon lights blurred into streaks of color, reflecting off the slick pavement. Rounding the corner onto Elm Street, I nearly plowed into someone. Not just anyone, mind you. This dude was dressed like he'd just stepped out of a magazine or a high-profile business meeting. Tailored suit, expensive fabric that somehow repelled the rain, shoes gleaming even in this dismal light. He looked completely out of place in this grimy corner of the city, like a misplaced piece from a different, more luxurious puzzle. And he was surrounded by electronics. Circuit boards, intricate and delicate, were scattered across the wet sidewalk, their tiny components glinting under the harsh glare of a streetlight. He was kneeling on the ground, his face a mask of panic and frustration, frantically trying to gather them up before the rain could inflict any more damage.
Oh, no, no, no.
His voice, a strained whisper, was barely audible above the roar of the rain. He looked like he was on the verge of a breakdown, his perfectly styled hair plastered to his forehead, his expensive suit jacket now speckled with raindrops. He reminded me of a frantic animal, caught in a trap and desperately trying to escape. Everyone else? They just kept walking. A few glanced at the scene with mild curiosity, but no one stopped. No one offered to help. Typical. It was the city, after all, a place where everyone was too busy with their own problems to care about anyone else's. But I couldn't just walk by. Maybe it was the sheer desperation in his voice, or the way his shoulders slumped with defeat. Or maybe it was just that I recognized that feeling, that sinking sensation when you're already struggling, and the universe decides to throw in a few extra obstacles. "Here, let me help," I said, my voice hoarse from the cold and the rain. I crouched down beside him, ignoring the fact that I was getting soaked. The rain was already seeping into my threadbare clothes, plastering them to my skin and making me shiver. But the thought of those delicate circuit boards being ruined was enough to make me forget about my own discomfort. I started gathering the pieces, my fingers clumsy and cold. The guy looked up, his eyes wide with a mixture of surprise and gratitude. He was still on the phone, his voice tight and urgent.